NDRF आपने डॉक्टर्स और पैरामेडिक्स की टीम के साथ तुर्की और सीरिया में इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन को सक्सेसफुली एग्जीक्यूट किया। आप NMO तथा पूरे भारतवर्ष के लिए प्रेरणा हो।
गिरते हैं शाह सवार ही मैदान जंग में, गिरते हैं शाह सवार मैदान जंग में, वो तिफल क्या करे, वो तिफल क्या गिरे जो घुटनों के बल चले। It's not the critique who counts, it's really not the critique who counts. A credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. And with his long list of achievements, it's really my honor to invite upon stage Bharat Mata ke Lal, Sri Gurminder Singh, NDRF Commandant. So please come on the stage. Give a round of applause for Sri Gurminder Singh.
Dignitaries on the dais, respected Dr. Ramji, the organizers of National Medicals Organization Conference 2023, doctors, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you as a witness to one of the largest, gravest human tragedy of the recent times, wherein in Turkey on 6th of February, about 100,000 people lost their lives because of the devastating earthquake, and more than 2.5 million people were displaced within their country. So, in about 10-15 minutes from now, I will be speaking about Operation Dost, and you are also now testimony when you are listening to this presentation, testimony to the resolve of our country to stand by even so-called enemy state when the country was in distress. I am talking about two consecutive earthquakes of 6th of February 2023 this year. The first one struck at a place Nurdagi, about 8 to 10 kilometers away from Nurdagi in Gaziantep province, at about 0417 hours in the morning, that is 4:17 AM. And subsequently another earthquake of previous slide please. And then the second one at 1:24 PM in Kahramanmaraş province of Turkey. Turkey is 1/4 the size of India, but the gross national income is 4 times, like per capita income is 4 times that of our country, and it's a developed country. 99% of the population is Muslim, and we didn't have good relationship of late with that country. At the very early morning, the PMO, they called the meeting and they decided that we are going to respond to this earthquake by sending our rescues. And it was decided that NDRF is going to send initially 2 teams and subsequently 1 more team. So I was made the contingent commander of the Indian Urban Search and Rescue team. So 3 teams, one team NDRF Kolkata, that is the 2nd Battalion. We flew from Kolkata, we went to Hindon in Ghaziabad Air Base, and subsequently from Hindon we flew to Turkey. So let me tell you, it was not simple, because 9:20 in the morning I received a call from my DIG operations that Gurminder, please prepare your team. We are going to Turkey, and I was really surprised because The last time any NDRF team went abroad was 8 years back in the year 2015 for the Nepal earthquake, and prior to that was post Fukushima, this tsunami, Fukushima disaster in Japan in the year 2011. But both these missions were basically of the bilateral nature, because we have Nepal, of course, is our friend and neighboring country, and Japan is our friendly country. But under UN umbrella, no team went abroad, and then there is a lot of formalities which are required. So we were really very surprised, wondering that how the organization is going to do all the formality, because preparing 151 passports in a short duration of time is it's quite you can't imagine the kind of effort the government has put in. So at around 9:20 in the morning we got the call, and subsequently at 11 o'clock it was confirmed that yes, now it is all decided. The two teams are going under your command, and then I received a call from the pilot at around 1 o'clock on 6th, and he told me that they have also received orders and they will be flying out of Hindon Air Base at around 3 o'clock, and they can expect and we can expect them, the aircraft at Kolkata at around 4:30 p.m. And we also rushed to the airport. I should tell you that NDRF is always ready, but not ready for the international operations actually. So when we study the weather there, the temperature was between +5 and -5. During day the temperature was +5, and during night the temperature was -5. So we were short of clothing, because that kind of clothing we don't cater for here. So while we were ready and trying to board the aircraft, our clerical staff, all our computers were engaged, because online you have to apply a passports online only, official passport. All sort of passport are applied online, and it takes hell out of affair. Maybe my 10 computers were working, and by the time we landed at Ghaziabad, all the passports were ready, and then the online filling was ready, and then all night we all went to, except me, because I already had an official passport. We went to the passport office in New Delhi. Whole night the passport was being prepared. Not so 100 passport for NDRF, 100 passport for Indian Army medical team. So we landed at 3 different places. We were supposed to land at Adana, but my team did not land because there was no parking space. We were diverted to another place called Gaziantep. There also we could not land, and finally we landed Salim Ulfa, the Gap airport, and that province was not ready to receive us, because those two air bases, Gaziantep and Adana was to receive the international teams. So they were not prepared. Whole night we were traveling. We took our vehicles along with us, and thanks to Indian Air Force, they flew us in C-17 Globemasters, one team each in that aircraft. Next. So the picture on your left is Gharman Mirage Stadium, which was taken maybe a year earlier, and to the right is the photograph of Gharman Mirage Stadium post earthquake. That is maybe a couple of, and those white dots are the tents which the local agency, that is AFAD, had pitched in for the displaced people. So the country was like it. I was traveling in the apocalypse. All 25% of the buildings were completely demolished, turned into rubbles, and not even a single building was livable. All the people were on roads or on the camps. So you can see. So before I proceed further, a few glimpses of the Operation Dost. Briefing by our worthy Director General at Indian Air Base. inside of C-17 Globemaster. This is the send off by the Turkish ambassador, one of the teams. And these were our heroes, two dogs, Julie and Romeo. And you can see the kind of most challenging was the aftershocks, and the aftershocks were in thousands, and the kind of risk you can see working in that rubber field. These OG jackets were donated by the ITBP. The time they landed at Ghaziabad, they were ready with these jackets, gloves, inners for us. This is the first girl child we saved. Honorable Ambassador, Indian Ambassador at Turkey, and this is like we were kind of working with so many teams on ground, and this was a send off given by the Turkey people to us while we were flying back home. And then we were honored by Honorable Prime Minister. He called us invited at his house. We were offered the most delicious snacks we ever had in our life. And then he spent 1.5 hours with us, speaking to each one of us. He had photographs with various teams. Now the preparedness required coordination with NVA, MHA, NDMA, Indian Air Force, Indian Embassy at Turkey, and thanks to ITBP who provided us with the winter clothing, and also thanks to the Passport Department, Immigration, Customs for speeding up the process. And very next day of the earthquake, we were there, and we were on the one of the first things which landed at Turkey. 8 hours we were in the air, and still we were one of the first countries. So this is all the operations we did. ASR stands for Assessment, Search and Rescue. So we landed at we were deployed in the district of Nurutagi, which was the epicenter of this thing, earthquake, which was in Gaziantep province. Turkey had 81 provinces. Out of them, 10 provinces were completely devastated by earthquake. 10-12 complete big towns were turned into rubbles. I had opportunity to visit 6 of the 10 affected provinces. Next. This was the basic configuration. I was the contingent commander. One medical officer and one staff officer was allotted to me by NDRF headquarters. Then we had 3 teams. India 10 was Ghaziabad Battalion. India 11 was Kolkata Battalion, and India 12 was Varanasi Battalion. The Varanasi team fetched up a couple of days after we had landed there. This is the basic configuration of our urban search and rescue team. The team consists of 47 members, and then we had one doctor and two officers in the team. This was the operation, the achievements. We recovered 2 girl childs live after 84 hours and 104 hours in the rubbles. They were buried in the rubble for 104 hours. So these were the challenges I spoke about: passport, winter clothing, vehicles, fuels, you can take vehicles, but you can't carry fuels. And we had very little information, operational information about that country because of the paucity of time. And another thing was language barrier. None of them knew English. Communicating with them, subsequently we were provided with an interpreter, but those interpreters were from Istanbul mostly. And they didn't have the local knowledge because we were more worried about the possibility of finding live victims inside the rubble. So only the person who knows the local geography and local people can interpreting can only help us. Although I must tell you that we Indians are very good with gadgets. Our rescuers, they use their mobiles and they use the translators, Google Translator to translate and to have a conversation with the local Turkic people. So many challenges were there. We could not cook food for 3 days together, 3-4 days because the regulators we carried were not compatible with the cylinders which were provided to us after 3 days, but they didn't have regulators. So we relied on little of meal ready to eat which we carried, like jaggery, maybe some peanuts or dry fruits like that. So there was a huge problem of water, electricity, ablution was the biggest tragedy. There was no place where you can relieve yourself. The country was like smelling like mortuary, like you were standing in mortuary for 10 days. So I don't think we will be relevant because this presentation was not meant for doctors. So we must understand that we are also living in a vulnerable country, one of the third largest vulnerable country in the world. The Himalayan fault line is in seismic zone 4 and 5. State like Uttarakhand, Jammu Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, they are prone to earthquakes, and God forbid the kind of preparation we had seen there in that country. I think we are not prepared for that kind of devastation. So all my presentation and all my talk was how to get prepared for the kind of disaster which can happen. Today, as we sit here, there's cyclone NMOCON, which is hitting the coast of Burma right now at the speed of maybe 100-150 kilometers per hour. Our teams are ready, and God forbid if we have got the orders, then we'll fly to Burma. That is all I have to say. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Bharat Mata Ki Jai! Bharat Mata Ki Jai! Bharat Mata Ki Jai! Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram!
Give a very big round of applause again, please. Thank you so much, sir. We are really ecstatic to have you among us.